Today we're going to demonstrate the Bangle Forming Die Set from Durston rolling mills. The set is designed to produce a cuff bangle very simply in a very short space of time without having to use expensive heavy-duty equipment. When you receive your Bangle Forming Die Set, you'll unpack it and degrease, and you'll find that you have 6 steel dies, a pair of flat dies in a 60mm and a 40mm size. You have a pair of concave wide dies in a 60mm and a 40mm size, and a dual pair which has the 2 mid sizes in a 60mm and a 40mm size. The set also comprises of a nylon mallet which is curved to fit the contours of the dies, whether it's the wider size or the narrower size. The steel dies are designed to fit onto the carrier rod, which when you unpack it you'll need to just pop in the 2 Allen bolts and 1 washer on each side. The washer is designed to protect the carrier rod when we place it into the vise. We place the bolts so they're facing down, and the 2 washers sit on the upper edge between the vise jaw and the carrier rod. We then just turn the Allen bolts to bring them up tight with the underside of the vise jaw, and then we'll find that we can tighten the handle of the vise, and we've got a very rigid tool there that's not going to move anywhere. So for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to produce the bangle that I've just shown you, and I will show you just how quickly that can be formed. The first stage of the process is to take the larger die and to place it onto the carrier rod. We then take one of the retaining clips that comes with your kit, and we just pop that onto the end of the carrier rod. What this does is when you're hammering, it will stop the actual die from falling off the rod. And then we're going to now do the first stage of forming, which involves just a simple bend around the die. And then we have to just then push the metal in using the mallet into this die. Once you've laid the metal down halfway round, turn the bangle around and do exactly the same on the other side, working from right to left. Once the metal has been completely laid down into the die, we can slide it off, and we'll find that we have a circular form here. The next stage of the process is to bring the ends around, because we want to form a torque shape, so we need to now place the smaller die onto the carrier rod. So we just swap them over. And the smaller die will allow us to form the ends round into that, into the torque shape. We basically would measure in about 40mm and start hammering from 40mm in. First we do one end, turn it round, and then we do the other end. We just do a slight adjustment with our hands, and there we have a completely fully formed bangle in I think about less than 3 minutes. It really is as simple as that.